Good morning, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, and Shinrin Yoku, bringing you an Alaskan earthquake update early Thursday morning, July 29th, around 10 a.m. Mountain Time. Alaska coast, 8.2 magnitude earthquake was the strongest in over 50 years. And luckily, no injuries being reported after a tsunami warning was issued, and people went to higher ground, and we'll get to that. Here is the 8.2 in Perryville, Alaska. 104 kilometers southeast of Perryville, in fact, with the accompanying aftershocks, as we would see in a natural progression of a large earthquake. So there is no other threat for larger earthquakes in this region, as the aftershocks have filled in quite nicely, including a 6.1, a 5.9, a 5.5, and reducing in size is what we would see in an array where we would expect thousands of earthquakes of lesser magnitude happening in this region, which they are. Tsunami warning was issued and was removed after no tsunami was observed. And here we are at the Alaska Earthquake Center with details on the largest earthquake in 50 years and what we know so far. At 10:15 p.m. Alaska time on July 28th, this is just 12 hours ago, a magnitude 8.2 earthquake struck offshore the Alaska Peninsula, the largest U.S. earthquake in 50 years, being called the Chignik earthquake. We can see all the data here, and I'll leave you links to all of these. Here's the Chignik earthquake. The Chignik earthquake depth was 28.5 miles and an intermediate depth earthquake. The Chignik earthquake occurred relatively close, about 45 miles to the location of the M7.6 Siminoff Island earthquake that ruptured July 21st, 2020. The Chignik earthquake seems to be related to the earlier quake. Both occurred along the interface between the subducting Pacific and overriding North American plates. Although the Chignik earthquake was the deeper of the two, the Alaska Peninsula is a seismically active region where thousands of quakes occur each year. The largest earthquakes are located along the interface, which is called the Aleutian Megathrust. The M8.2 event ruptured this interface on the Aleutian Megathrust in the region between the Shumagon Islands, the southwest, and the Kodiak Islands to the northeast. Previously, the 1938 M8.3 earthquake ruptured this section of interface. So we're seeing activity on a very commonly displaced portion of this megathrust. Now, Perryville and Chignik are the nearest communities to the epicenter of the Chignik earthquake and felt the highest intensity shaking. There were also multiple felt reports from Alaska communities as far away as Matsu Valley in south central Alaska. So the region may continue to feel shaking. The largest aftershock at the time of this article is a 6.4, 4 minutes after the main shock. Because of the offshore location, the National Tsunami Warning Center issued a tsunami warning for much of the coastal Alaska region, and several communities issued evacuations. Most of the communities recorded wave heights under 1 foot, and the warning was downgraded, which is good news for the largest earthquake in decades, which is going to be removing some pressure from that Cascadia region. So that's good news. The tsunami warning canceled after the 8.2 offshore earthquake sent people in many Alaska coastal communities to higher ground. This is what you should do. If you hear a tsunami warning issued, you should not question it. You should go to higher ground because it's safer to be alive than to drown in a tsunami. That's a boom. Hope you got something out of the video. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance when the largest earthquake in decades just struck offshore of Alaska, thankfully, in a mostly uninhabited region. Share this with like-minded people. We'll see you later tonight with the full news. Bye, beam.